was all this special pleading from these banks, including the SVB CEO, right, that the rules you've made in Dodd-Frank don't apply to us small and mid-sized banks. We're not doing anything risky. You're burdening us with too much regulation. And that cause was taken up by Republicans in the Senate, Republicans in the House, signed by Donald Trump, with a lot of Democratic support, though a minority of the party. How significant was that? How much is that part of the story here?
That's the main part of the story. Chris, I know they're in my district. They were lobbying to be exempt from the stress test, from the liquidity test. If they had a stress test, they would have known that they can't have long-term bonds when interest rates are going up.
I imagine you got lobbied on this by this bank specifically. I mean, this was the #1 priority for banks of this size, was this rollback, because they said it was costing them money and making them uncompetitive.
They did, and they said it was not the Silicon Valley way. They needed more flexibility. But let me just be clear what a stress test does. A stress test says, OK, we're going to test what happens to your assets if something unusual happens, like interest rates go really fast and go up. So they would have said, well, this isn't working for you. They wouldn't have passed the stress test. This would never have happened. So if the Dodd-Frank regulations were in place, this crisis would have been averted.